So the Chicago Bears just got a double dose of great news, and it's coming at the perfect time. Two things this morning. We're going to talk about a key player for the Bears that's going to be available on Monday, and also key player for the Vikings. He's now listed officially as doubtful, and I think his absence is going to make all the difference. Both guys are in the secondary, so I'm going to cover the Vikings situation later in this video. But let's just kind of start with our own here, and I think that's most important. The Bears, they aren't yet certain they're going to have Pro Bowl cornerback Jaylon Johnson for this Week 1 matchup against the Vikings. But this is a guy, hearing from him, he's talking like he's planning to be on the field. I think we're definitely going to have him for this. I think this is absolutely a must-win game in Week 1 already. You lose this one, you got to immediately go play Lions, and we don't want to have that at 0-1. So this is an absolutely must-win. And Johnson, he is talking like a man who's going to play this game. He's talked about squaring off against wide receiver Justin Jefferson and also picking off second-year quarterback J.J. McCarthy in his first ever NFL start. And I love this confidence here. Let's hear straight from Johnson, and this is talking to, hey, the gold standard in Bears coverage, Courtney Cronin of ESPN. I'm more excited to go against Jefferson than the quarterback per se, but hopefully there are some passes that are left inside for me to be able to intercept on certain coverages or whoever the case may be, whatever the case may be. We're looking forward to disrupting McCarthy a lot. So regardless if it still says questionable, this is a guy talking like he is definitely going to be here. And I think his playmaking presence is really what's going to make the difference here. And it makes this huge boost for the Chicago Bears that we weren't necessarily expecting coming into this game. Like, this is a huge difference, right? We've got McCarthy starting instead of Sam Darnold last year. I mean, Darnold, he left for a $100 million contract with the Seattle Seahawks in free agency. You cannot blame him. What a boon to his career it was this year in Minnesota last year. And the Vikings stated publicly that they preferred Darnold to return, but it just never happened. I don't think Minnesota intended to pay him. So even on the heels of a Pro Bowl season defined by more than 4,300 yards passing and 35 touchdowns. So kind of looking at this, now it's J.J. McCarthy, and it looks like Jaylon Johnson is absolutely licking his chops, thinking about just displaying his neck for explosive plays, displaying the fact that he's going to shadow Justin Jefferson. And in this new defensive scheme, in this Dennis Allen scheme, a player like Jaylon Johnson, he's going to shadow the number one receiver for the other team. I really like that. Instead of switching off, instead of playing zone, we're going to play tons of man, and our players are going to be challenged to beat the guy in front of him. And Jaylon Johnson is going to have Justin Jefferson right in front of him. So the Vikings, I think they're going to try to mitigate McCarthy's experience by maybe using more 12 personnel. And I think you might see a little more of this from the Chicago Bears. But look in this game to see lots of tight end TJ Hawkinson and Josh Oliver playing together. I think with J.J. McCarthy, him starting out here, his first real game as a pro, I think they're going to do a lot of short passing. I think they're going to use the middle portion of the field quite a bit, kind of help him adjust, try to just move the chains, try to mitigate mistakes, and they're going to run the football. We've got Aaron Jones, a new addition, Jordan Mason going up against the Bears, both inked 2-year contracts with the Minnesota Vikings, so I think they're serious about using them. But here's the thing, too. Minnesota has some of the same changes that the Chicago Bears have gone through. Minnesota, they have 2 new starters at guard and a new starter at center in 2025. I'm going to talk about that just a little bit more. It looks like their left tackle is, in fact, going to play. It looked like he was going to be missing, but now he has been getting some full practices, and it looks like he's full bore to be there to complete their line. For this game, you've got wide receiver 2, Jordan Addison. He's going to be suspended the first 3 games of the season, which is really good for the Chicago Bears. In Minnesota, they were really scrambling. They brought back Adam Thielen. What is he, 56? They brought him back from the Carolina Panthers. He's going to kind of mitigate some of that stuff that's probably missing from their number 2. So let's kind of get to what's worrisome for the Minnesota Vikings. We've talked about the Bears. So glad that Jalen Johnson is going to be here with us. And so the Minnesota Vikings not playing tomorrow. It's a Monday night game. What a cool thing that the first game of the season is Monday night for us. McCarthy's healthy, both physically and mentally, it looks, after a full year of recovery from the torn meniscus. Justin Jefferson, he's been on the injury report week after week after he missed most of training camp and all of the preseason due to a hamstring injury. It looks like he's ready to go. But we're still talking about a key starter, Christian Darrisaw. It looks like he is fully recovered from his knee injury. He's been in and out of practice this week. It looks like Darrisaw is going to fill that left tackle spot, and filling that left tackle spot with an all-pro is huge. But I want to talk about veteran safety Harrison Smith. It's been kind of vague with him. He came down with an unknown illness in late August, and apparently he hasn't fully recovered from it. He didn't practice Wednesday or Thursday. He was on the Vikings status report for Friday's simulated walkthrough as limited. That's a little bit of hope. But since then, head coach Kevin O'Connell came to his final presser of the week with some bad news. Smith enters this weekend as officially doubtful. So mentally, the 36-year-old is ready. It's not a mental health issue, which sometimes that's what it ends up being when it's kind of really vague. But physically, he's just not there yet. So the Vikings are going to be out there without their 6-time Pro Bowler at safety. You might be like, hey, he's old. He's not quite the playmaking force that he has been in the past. But the Vikings have one of the youngest and most inexperienced secondaries in the whole NFL, most definitely in the NFC North. And having him back there, having Harrison back there, that's a huge loss. It really is. And the Bears will take every advantage that they can possibly get. So further down the depth chart, you're looking at defensive back Xavier Scott. He's been ruled out, as has defensive lineman Elijah Williams, 2 standouts from the preseason and throughout training camp. So let's hear straight from the coach. Harrison Smith did take part in practice today on a limited basis. He'll have a doubtful game status designation, and Xavier Scott and Elijah Williams will be out for the football game. And Christian Darrisaw, he's going to be questionable after getting in a full day today. So other than that, no other players will go in with injury designations. Harrison Smith probably did a little more than I expected today, which was really encouraging. But it's just a matter of, time back on the grass. It's definitely not mental. He's been doing this long enough to stay sharp. But yeah, it's more of a physical ramp up for him as we move forward. And I mean, Smith isn't a secondary sniper. I would say that he was in his prime. But this might be the most important season opener of his career when it comes to the importance of having the need to hold the Minnesota Vikings defense together. Yes, I said that, but Smith's football brain is doing just fine. He's just not ready to be on the field. And that's a huge loss because if you take Harrison Smith out, Minnesota's probably going to have no choice but to keep pressure on Caleb Williams all night. They're going to blitz a ton. I hope this offensive line is ready to hold up. I really think they are. So many good things happening on this Bears offense. I cannot wait to see the product on the field. Bear down. We got to wait an extra day for Chicago Bears football. I'm okay with it. I hope you guys are too. And I will be back tomorrow with some pregame. See ya.